Hey folks, Sinow here, and we're back once again with more Slay the Spire Ascension mode. I believe the last time I did Slay the Spire Ascension mode, I was up to level 8 on the Silent. I have managed to get up to level 10 with the Ironclad on stream, with what limited time I have these days. But right now we need to catch the Silent up, so that's what we're gonna do. So, Ascension mode level 8, what changes here is that the elites become tougher, which can be quite annoying, particularly in Zone 1, as you need fights to end quickly when you're fighting elites in Zone 1. That is why aggressive decks are favoured. Let's have a look at what paths we can have here. We have remove a card from your deck, enemies in your next 2 combats have 1 HP, obtain a curse, choose a rare card, and lose your starting relic, obtain a random boss relic. So no early elites for the 1 HP bonus, really. Well, I suppose there's one there, but I'd have to get very lucky with these question marks. I don't really know if I like the 1 HP thing so much. I feel like it doesn't quite work, unfortunately. As per usual, we want to get some campfires on the go. I'm a bit wary about doing elites, to be honest. But I could maybe force myself to do this one up here. Overall. And there'll be quite a few fights perhaps before that, which would be good because we need to get the cards. You need to get cards into your deck to consider upgrading them to be much of a benefit, right? Otherwise, you're just upgrading your normal stuff, which isn't great. I don't really like obtaining a curse here because if you get something like regret, especially as the Silent, you can't heal it up. So, as boring as it is, let's just go for remove a card. It's probably going to do us the best in the long run. I know. It's not sexy or exciting or random, but it'll do the job. And at Ascension level 8, you kind of need things to just do the job. You know, you can't just sit there and chimp out and play any old shit anymore. You gotta be a little bit more on the ball. Things are finally getting tough. I should say. I haven't had much luck recording this game recently. Unfortunately, I've had one run. Last time I tried to, pardon me, record a run for this game, it wouldn't give me any block cards. No block cards at all. I ended up losing the run pretty quickly, and I didn't feel like it was very enjoyable to watch because it was basically me trying to make a poison deck, not getting any block cards, and then just moaning about it until I died. So I didn't use that upload. Let's go for Flying Knee here. Nice classic card. Easy to use. Has a lot of benefit. What can go wrong? What could go wrong, my friends? The answer is quite a lot. Actually, could go wrong, but we're good. We're good. For now, anyway. Hopefully RNGesus, which in Slay the Spire is Lord Snecko, let's face it. Hopefully Lord Snecko will see fit to bless me this time. Explosive Potion, good for the first floor when you get that slime fight. I'm not a huge fan of either of these cards. Deflect in a deck that is draw heavy perhaps, but I like Backstab a lot. I think being able to, because of obviously the way that the Ring of the Snake trinket works, being able to do tons of damage very quickly in a fight excuse me, can really help make things a lot easier for yourself. So for instance, we're going to do 11 to him, 12 to him, or it perhaps is a more accurate terminology. Nice and easy right there. Already the fight's practically over, and we can just block up. I like it. I like it a lot. Heel Hook, Prepared, and Sucker Punch. These are all cards that are more situational, I would say. Prepared is only very good if you upgrade it, which we do have a lot of upgrade opportunities coming up, so I might consider that. I'm not a big fan of Heel Hook and its Ironclad alternative, which is vulnerable instead of weakness. Sucker Punch is quite nice, actually. It's not bad. It's good for keeping up weakness on bosses and stuff. I find that I prefer to use something like Blind, but that's obviously an ideal situation. Let's go for the Prepared for now, because we will have a chance to upgrade it quite quickly, I think. And when you get, like, when it's not upgraded, it's actually not very useful at all. But when you do get that chance to upgrade, I would argue it's definitely worth it. Okay, full block here. We're doing well, actually. We haven't taken too much kind of random parts of damage. I think overall the silent is slightly better at not taking unnecessary damage from original fights. Sorry, zone 1 fights, even original fights. Because of the way it has weakness and survivor. Whereas the Ironclad has an unfortunate tendency to take weird little bits of damage in zone 1, but it heals up, of course. Wraith form is a trap, it's too expensive. Infinite blades, kind of weak. Dagger spray, good times, baby. Good times indeed. Okay. We're going for backstab, 2 defends and a dagger spray. Full block, almost half of its health gone. Nice and easy. I find this is quite a weird fight to get early. You don't usually get this guy. Actually, I could have prepared there to try and get the kill. That was a mistake, but... Actually, no, I couldn't, I don't think. Never mind. Oh, maybe. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I didn't take any damage. Dexterity potion. It's Gucci, baby. Here's one of my favorite cards, Leg Sweep. Also another preferred way to apply weakness other than Sucker Punch. I probably would like Sucker Punch more if I didn't always take Leg Sweep constantly. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm a bit iffy about Sucker Punch. Upgrade the Neutralize. It's just too good. It's too good, boys and girls out there. Just too dang reliable. You can't beat it, really. Flying knee for the next turn. Dexterity potion would be good to save for a boss, perhaps. Oh, nice. So, like, prepared did come through in the clutch there. The clutch prepared plays, but overall, it's kind of not great. It's not good value. What is good value is when you upgrade it. You don't really want prepared in your deck until it's upgraded. Outmaneuver, I only really tend to play outmaneuver in situations, for instance, when I have skewer, perhaps is a good time to use outmaneuver. Overall, I don't find it that useful outside of that, if that makes sense. I hope it did anyway. So Sucker Punch is good, yes. Right now we don't need it because our deck is quite small, and I'd rather not take it. Hang on. If I do get the chance to upgrade it, it is 2 weakness, but I prefer to get like a shop or something on the go first before I decide to plump for it, because if I get something like blind from a shop, then Sucker Punch becomes very useless for me. Now let's upgrade prepared. Draw 2, discard 2. 26 gold and anchor. You start each combat with 10 block. Probably one of the relics that I forget to play around the most. And I'll sit there and be like, okay, so turn 1 he's doing 18. I need to use these block cards. Yada yada yada. And then 5 seconds later, oh yeah. I always do that. Bad habit. Let's upgrade Dagger Spray so that I'm a bit more offensive, especially because we have an elite coming up. So remove a card from your deck, lose 7 HP. It's worth it, I would say, if you can force yourself to do this. If you can afford the HP, I'd say it's worth it. Okay, so Gremlin Knob. This guy's quite easy. He has more HP than he would otherwise, though. Bear that in mind, folks, that this is the kind of upgraded version from Ascension 8. Well, my deck was already pretty decked out with high attack cards as it is. I won't defend this turn. I'm going to have Leg Sweep next turn, which I think I might prefer to play. I'm wondering whether it would be better value to defend and still just like deal with the 2 strength next turn. Let's try that, actually. I do have an explosive potion here, so if it gets to the point where I'm not doing enough, then it's fine. And here we can Dagger Spray and strike. So we basically have full block again almost for this, and he's in lethal range. So you know what, actually I think the defend was a good idea there. Unfortunate that we didn't get lethal this turn with the cards, but let's just use Explosive Potion. Snecko Skull. Whenever you apply poison, apply an additional 1 poison. Very awkward relic for me in general. But I do now have Bouncing Flask, so that actually might be a nice call. I find Bouncing Flask is so powerful by itself that you kind of... You don't need to go full poison, really. I find Bouncing Flask by itself has enough value to make it worthwhile. This event, you full heal if you give them a blue card, and you get more max HP and full heal if you give them a gold card. But I don't have any of that, so I think I'll just burn a defend. And they'll get pissed off with me, but... Sorry, little cute purple flame sprites, but getting rid of a card for free, I'm not that upset, really. Are we Apotheosis boys? We're Apotheosis boys. Let's fucking go. Alright. Well, I already had a lot of upgrades, so Apotheosis probably wasn't the highest value there, but it's good enough. It's good enough, baby. I'm gonna just be using it constantly anyway, so let's upgrade that. So that I... One of the nice things about upgrading Apotheosis is that it means if I draw into it with low energy, I'm still good. Okay. So neutralize, backstab, flying knee, 2 defense. Don't really need it because remember we have the anchor. I forgot again. What did I just say earlier? Might be. There's the Apotheosis. And apply the leg sweep. So he's got a lot of weakness already. Still gonna do 28 though. So that's 9. Could just block for 19 here and then... Yeah, I think in the long run it's better against this guy to not desperately put him below half to try and avoid that big attack, because if you split him at an unfavorable number, you really feel it for the rest of combat. It's better to take the big hit up front and then prepare for this moment and really go for it. So here we go. We can get rid of these and just attack them a lot. This is a pretty weak split regardless, but it's probably about as good as this deck can do. So I'm not too upset. He's very close to splitting. That was basically perfect in terms of what we could do. And luckily he's going to attack again, which really benefits us. He's dead. Excellent, 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 excellent. Okay. Leg sweep, 3 weakness and 11 block. If I deal 9 here, the threshold for him is... Anything below 23 is bad, so I think if I strike him, I'm just at the perfect spot again. Working out really nicely here. And now, let's see. Dagger spray into strike plus. Not bad. The Apotheosis is really coming through here. You can feel how much stronger I am already. And that stylish finish there. With the Poison Flask. Very nice. 103 gold regen potion. And what do we have here? Pardon me. Bullet time, I find, is kind of almost like a sort of poor man's Snecko, if in a weird way. Bear with me on that one, but I think you know what I mean. I find Envenom a little bit difficult to play, but because I have Snecko Skull, I think overall Envenom could be a good investment. It just would be a bit awkward to play for the time being. Runic Dome, gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer see enemy intents. I have had Runic Dome work on an Ascension run on stream once before, but it was a lower Ascension level, and I had a lot of block cards, so I was quite safe. Not being able to play at 4 energy really does set us back, but I feel like if I'm just careful enough, I should be alright, especially with Apotheosis, because I get more value per card. So I'm going to go for the Specimen, Poison transfers when an enemy dies. Not great against the champ, which is our boss for Act 2, unfortunately. Oh. But we'll make it work. We do have Apotheosis. We just have to play around the fact that we have 3 energy. So certain things like powers tend to be slightly better value at 3 energy. Whereas if you have 4 energy or whatever, you can play more 2 cost cards and go for that. So, how can we avoid lots of fights? I don't want to fight a Zone 2 Elite. With a poison deck, I'll probably be quite slow. So I guess... that's a really painful route regardless though. It might be better for me to just try and do the 1 Elite and take the route that has campfires and chests and stuff. It could be doable. If we save our dexterity potion, we do have 2 healing potions as well. I might be able to get away with it, but it's kind of risky. So we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, nice Apotheosis turn 1. Getting 15 damage there. Very nice from the backstab. And we're already at 10 blocks, so if I use 1 defend plus, we're basically there. Defense-wise. Not perfect, but then, you know, life isn't perfect. Accidents happen. He's dead. Survivor for full block as well. Not bad so far. So Bouncing Flask now will apply, with the Sneckle Skull, to a single target. It applies 16 poison. Which is very good value for money. This thing's dead now. Haha! Get out of here. Good stuff. Good times. I think another Bouncing Flask would be overkill. Predator is a great card, although it might be quite difficult for me to play. But I'll take it anyway. And I'll skip the Swift Potion. Not very useful for me. So I can lose a relic to gain Noloth's Gift, which allows you to gain rare cards at triple the rate. I'm not entirely sure I want to, though. One thing I really want to know about this, and I hope someone in the comments can help me out. Does Noloth's Gift also make blue cards more likely to pop up, or is it only gold quality cards? Because if it's blue cards as well, I feel like there's more chances I want to use it. If it's only gold quality cards, then not as much. Because gold quality cards are great, but only in specific scenarios, you know? I could lose, you know, I'll lose the Anchor actually, and go for the gift. Triples the chance of receiving rare cards as monster rewards. See, these are phrased as uncommon cards, I believe, the blue ones. And then these, I think, are phrased as rare, so it might be gold, I'm not sure. That's a little frustrating, actually. So I'm going to take quite a lot of damage here. But I want to do the majority of my damage to this parasite through poison. I guess I can just block for 5. It's a bit of a crappy turn. I'm not going to use backstab. There's no point right now. I might want to save that for later. But my goal with this guy is to basically just use the poison that I apply here to do quite a lot of the work for me. So we're going to do 14. And with the neutralize, we've got that. Okay, so there's Apotheosis finally. I am going to draw into leg sweep, so I can get rid of these two. Oh, it's a shame that we drew Predator as well. Very unfortunate. I only have 2 energy, so I couldn't even use like a defend and then Predator. I guess I just have to go for leg sweep. That's unfortunate. But hey, such is Slay the Spire. Okay, 15 here. If I do 11 to him, he'd be down to 26. And then... do 16. Let me use the bouncing flask first. So it's going to take 25. Plus 11 from flying knee. So I'm going to do 36 damage to him if I use flying knee, and he has 37 HP. That keeps happening to me in this game, where I do 1 point of damage less than their lethal. Oh, it's so frustrating. Is that right? 36. Because he'd go down to 26 and then he'd take 25 poison. Yeah, for sure. So I'm going to just block. Ugh, very frustrating. In turn. Man, Envenom is such a hard card to play, honestly. It's kind of surprising how many combats I go without using it. Alright. So I'm a big fan of Bane. I think Bane is a lot of damage for very little energy. But if we take Bane, we're basically... I wouldn't want to take many more... Poison Stab might be better overall for me. Because I would keep stacking up the poison at that rate. It's already Poison Stab plus. But Bane is so much damage, and it is a double hit if it's poisoned. And if I already have Envenom, I'd be applying way more poison like that. I'll take Bane because it's more damage up front, which I might still need. Let's see, another Apotheosis. Game's quite insistent that I take that. So we should probably get rid of a card here. Riddle with Holes is quite nice with Envenom. Terror. I like Terror. I think Terror you almost always want. Even with a poison heavy deck, you still kind of want it, to be honest. I'm worried that I'm getting too many attacks and not enough defense, though. We can't afford Riddle with Holes and Terror together. With Envenom, that would be 10 poison. But you know what? Pardon me. I don't really have the energy to spare for Riddle with Holes. Whereas, like, a Terror applied during the fight, it's only 1 energy, and it'll give me a lot more benefit for that 1 energy. So I think that's the best play here. Okay, receive a relic, become cursed with Writhe. Blood Vial's a good one. Start of each combat, I heal 2 HP. So I'm going to keep myself going, hopefully. When is my next campfire opportunity? Oh, it's ages away, and there is an elite coming up. So we should probably just rest up now. I don't really like doing it, but... Now we're Ascension 8, boys. Things have changed. Times are tough. I'll probably take Acrobatics. Those of you out there who watch me know that I'm quite a big fan of Acrobatics and just generally drawing a lot. Oh, Backfoot might have been a better choice, though. If I just held on to my pennies. Nah, we're good though. We're good. Thread and Needle, excellent. That's really going to help here. Start of each combat, you gain 5 plated armor. Because I'm kind of struggling for block. That's great. That's really good for us. A nice Apotheosis, which means on the first turn we can use Terror, and Venom, and Backstab. Alrighty, Lord Snecko, please be kind to us. Here we go. With his new graphics for his crazy eye. A 0 cost Flying Knee and a 0 cost Strike is good. And then it might be worth us just going for the 3-leg sweep because it'll apply 3 weak and give us the 15 block that we need. So that makes it a nice easy turn. Okay. So he's going to do 7. I don't really want to use Acrobatics here just to try and get a defend, which may or may not work for me. So I'm just going to go for Bane. We already have 5 plated armor anyway, so it's fine. And he's almost dead. Loads of free defend cards here. Thank you, Lord Snecko. See ya. Nice easy fight there. Using his own skull against him. Feels bad, man. Feels a little bit bad. Alright, we're skipping this. It's not really worth it. Very nice to do that fight without taking damage. This is another fight where I feel like poison's going to be quite integral to me getting through this. That's a lot of damage that I'm getting through all of the block here. Especially on this floor, I feel like I'm getting lots of value from extra poison, which is really nice. So unfortunately, he's going to do a lot of damage to us here. 18. So I want to block. Especially because we have Frail. And kind of just... Plated armor is so good for us because it allows us to get the block up that we need to just sit there and wait for poison to do its work. And that's excellent. Bane. Absolute boatload of damage there. Oh, a free terror as well. Not bad at all. Oh, excuse me. I can't get rid of this cough. And this cough seems to happen when I record more as well. So I wonder if it's like a weird stress thing I have going on. Very frustrating. The deck is kind of working quite well here. I don't know if I really want to take many more cards. Dagger Spray would be nice because it counts as a double hit, right? It does tons of AoE as well, which can be a bit of a weakness. But so far, I think I'm just doing pretty well. I'll just skip it. Don't really need more cards. It's doing the job. See, now this is a problem. I can't Envenom and Bouncing Flask here. Might be good to get Envenom going for the rest of the fight, though. I'll definitely need to heal for the regen, and I'm going to use the Dexterity Potion. I'll save that for the boss, actually. You tend to want to take out the Slaver at the back, because those turns where you're unable to attack are particularly nasty. I know I'm going to take a lot of damage here, but I just want to put him on the clock. For sure. There's Apotheosis, thankfully. So I could leg sweep here. If I Dagger Spray, then he'll die. But I'll be taking I'll have to just use Defend and then that's it. Which I think overall is probably worth it, because for this one energy, I kill one of them, and I get rid of his debuff, and that's 6 damage I'm preventing overall. Plus the Specimen's going to carry this poison over. And they're not attacking for a lot just yet. So supplied to him now, which is quite nice for me. Let's try and get rid of this guy as quickly as possible. Using the 2 upgraded defense. Only 17 block, but they're only going to do 20 overall. So again, I'm actually doing rather well considering this fight is usually a pain in the ass. I'm just gonna kill him. I'm just gonna kill him. Neutralizing him as well. And then 1 defend. I've got this in the bag, easy. This is the right amount of poison, I would say. It's working out very nicely, so I'm pleased. I might struggle with the upcoming boss, though, but we'll see. Grand Finale. A really fun, interesting card, but I've never made a deck that revolves around it, and I'm kind of scared to do so. I'm not sure if I trust my own ability to count cards enough. Maybe one day I'll try it out for a video and see if I can make it work. So I'm going to upgrade Envenom here, because it's just like borderline impossible for me to play on 3 energy until I use Apotheosis, and the quicker I use Envenom, the quicker I get the benefits for it. Which this deck really benefits from because of Sneckle Skull. I think Cloak and Dagger is quite a nice block card for me. So I'll take 1, because it allows me to do the double hit to apply more poison, right? So that's really nice. And let's just rest up here so we're at full HP. Unfortunately, not like the best value there, but I think we just have to be cautious. And I'm using a dexterity potion right away. I don't want to take chances. Okay, so he's going to do 12 this turn. If we use Cloak and Dagger, we've got full block. We get away with the double shiv and the backstab, and we also get to use Bouncing Flask, which is a great way to start. Very nice indeed. Okay, good first turn. There's the Envenom. We need this. Get the fight kicking, shall we say. What are we likely to draw? Without Apotheosis, we're particularly weak. Let's just defend this turn. Damn. Gotta get that Apotheosis on the go. Oh, I should have used Terror first there. Order. Turn order. Come on, Sinow. Not the perfect turn, but we managed to cobble something together, yeah? This is an excellent turn for us to take our time using Bouncing Flask and Cloak and Dagger. Now that we have Envenom, Cloak and Dagger is quite a nice little bonus. Sweet, he's at 31 poison already! Snaggle Skull, pop it off! Let's go! Leg sweep and... well, we don't have to Survivor actually, because of the Thread and Needle. So that's Flying Knee for the next turn. Bear in mind that this guy does get rid of all the debuffs at one point. When he goes all, oh, he like roids out and gets rid of everything. We'll see about that. Keeping the weakness up on him, which is very important. Applying lots more. Gonna lose plated armor this turn. Unideal, but he's taking so much poison damage. Don't really need his defense. What I want to do is apply as much as possible. Yeah, so he's gonna get chunked down really nicely. He's gonna roid out and get rid of it all. But that's an excellent way of doing it. So he's at 9 strength now. This is when things get quite nasty in this fight. So if I defend now, I would have enough, but I might want a Flying Knee so that next turn I can start the poison up again properly. Because I'm only going to take 3 damage, and yes, I will lose a plated armor, but I need to hurry up here. Let's see what I can play. Let's play Bouncing Flask and Leg Sweep, perhaps? I could do Leg Sweep and Survivor, actually. He's gonna do what? 3 8s are 24 plus 30. He's gonna do 54 damage to me. I suppose I do have the Envenom here. I just need to block. It's a bit of a waste of energy, unfortunately. Now let's go for Bouncing Flask. Yes, this hurts, but making the fight quicker. That was a bad draw for us there. That was a really bad draw, but he's probably gonna die now. I say probably, actually. Yeah. There we go. Phew. Cutting it very fine there. Very fine indeed, but sometimes you gotta go ham to get through. I actually really like Die Die Die. Just as a one-off. It helps quite a lot when you're climbing up floors and stuff. Oh, no 4 energy card. Very frustrating. Question card is a very weak boss relic. Runic Pyramid. At the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand, but you draw 1 less card each turn. And Calling Bell. I don't want to use Calling Bell. It's too much of a gamble. Let's go for Runic Pyramid. I'm not a big fan of Runic Pyramid. There's Time Eater, but I can see how it could come through in the clutch. Time Eater is a nice boss for us because we could kind of sit there and let Poison do its work overall, but we might need some more block cards. I'm a bit worried that he's going to multi-hit too much and we don't have a way of really dealing with that. Especially we've only got 3 energy, remember, as well. Which makes things a bit scary for us, really, overall. I gotta try my best. We're working out on the night. Let's do this. Come on. Bearing in mind now that we have Runic Pyramid, so the way that we think about our hand changes a lot. Get rid of him on turn 1. You don't want 2 of these repulsors clogging up your deck with dazed cards. You will regret that. Although luckily, I can exhaust them easily enough, but I'm already drawing 1 less card than usual, yeah? So it's like sweep him, flying near you for the next turn. The problem with Runic Pyramid is that your hand size is a maximum of 10. So it's really easy to bump into that 10 max and then just end up not drawing cards if you don't have the ability to use them up or get rid of them, you know? So it often kind of doesn't work as well as you would like, whereas retain for 1 or 2 cards usually works quite nicely. So let's defend up and then I guess get rid of that. And use up all of those cards to get rid of the one at the back. Okay, so we're fine here. We're good. Single defend. Doing the job here. Get rid of that strike. I can basically use Bouncing Flask and wait now. Patiently wait for it to die of natural causes. To give it lethal this turn. Nice. Okay, so I'm a big fan of using Catalyst on the time meter to try and do as much damage to him before he heals up again. I think that tends to work out quite nicely, so let's do that. Noxious Shrooms isn't bad, but I find it a bit slow. I'd like to get rid of Writhe because it starts off with my starting hand, so it's even more annoying to get rid of it, you know. We don't really need to draw as much because we're already going to be drawing into our hand limit a lot, I imagine, anyway. Hopefully I made the right decision there. Upgrading Catalyst is going to be important. Tomb of the Lord of Red Mask, 26 gold to start off each combat by applying 1 weakness. There are worse things to do in life. This is a bit of a... Oh, crap. Oh, God, this event sometimes just gives you stuff you don't want. So there's Alchemize and Doubt. If you don't want something from this fight, constantly bounce back to what you've seen before. Like, if you know that Neutralize is there and you draw a card that isn't neutralized, but you don't want to take the gamble, just constantly bounce back onto the neutralized draw so that you know you're not picking up things. I don't think we're going to need a second terror, so that's frustrating. But there could be worse things to do in life. I mean, that was quite helpful there. We'll see. What else did we get again? Oh, Alchemize. I like Alchemize. It's automatically upgraded because of the Toxic Egg. So we can just play it to get a free potion, which is good. So he's going to do 18. This is a nasty turn for us. We need to leg sweep him. It may be worth us keeping these shivs, really, because there's too much block. There's no point in us playing all that. Quite a nasty amount of damage there, but What am I gonna do, huh? So let's see if I can put him into... I can put him into lethal range. That's 9 damage already gone. Don't have to worry about. And then for this guy, we're not going to need that Catalyst, are we? So I actually don't think I need to upgrade Catalyst because I won't use it before Apotheosis happens to me. So you're dead this turn. If I use one single defend plus with the plated armor, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we want to get rid of this guy for sure. And then just defend again, I guess. That's a bit awkward, but there you go. Managed to draw into the Alchemize though. There's a strength potion, great for the time meter if we can hang on long enough. I think Bouncing Flask here. We might need to use Specimen to help us end this, so that the poison transfers and it goes through their defenses enough. I think that is going to be kind of integral. A little bit of damage. Not ideal, but the fight's basically over now. Phew. Weakness potion. That's alright, I guess. Deflect is a bit weird for us because we basically... You wouldn't be able to keep it, or you wouldn't want to keep it in your hand very long. I think I'll just skip this. Bit of a weird choice there. So bearing in mind that smithing isn't that useful for me. What am I wanting to do early in the fight? Probably acrobatics is the only thing I would really consider. Backstab as well isn't terrible as an upgrade. Just because I want to get to the point where I use Apotheosis quicker. That's essentially it. And then I think from here on out... Actually, is it worth me resting up first? Yeah, we have quite a lot of combats before the next fire, so let's play it safe. And if we do get the chance to upgrade, maybe acrobatics would be the best, because then we can acrobatics into Apotheosis a bit easier. You feel me? You feel me? Okay. So... Get a chunk of damage out the spiky boy, I guess. Doing lots of damage in one attack is good for spiky boys, as you can imagine. If I use die, he's going to put me down to 11, the spiky boy, and then the plated armor kicks in. So I think this is a very easy turn for me to use it without anything exploding, anything crazy happening. Just me being fine. Okay, so this is the nasty one. He's going to do what, 22 damage? Probably won't use Catalyst here. We use Terror and him to get rid of that, shall we? And let's use a weakness potion. So he's going to do 16 rather than 22, which is a massive drop. I think you'll agree. So now it's annoying, the damage I took, but not as terrible as it was before, so it's totally worth it. We can also use poison to try and get rid of him. We have 4 energy this turn, so let's go for a cheeky Bouncing Flask. Nice RNG there on the spiky boy. I'm gonna want to block up here. If I hit him once, he's in lethal range. I believe, right? No, he's not. Oh, damn, that's quite a lot of extra damage I didn't need to take there. Crap. Oh well, on my head be it. On my head be it. I can at least heal up though. There's Envenom, which isn't actually very useful for me at the moment because of the way his block works. Let's do Prepared first. Then Acrobatics. I need to get some way to block, right? A free Alchemize for a block potion, which I'm going to use right now because I'm taking way too much damage from these guys. They're going to do what, 16? They're going to do 36. Let's neutralize that. So I'm going to do 24 now. I'll have enough block. Let's leave the shivs in my hand just now while I think about what I'm doing next. The specimen went onto the dumpling, so he's going to die very shortly. If I just sit here and wait. I'm in good stead. I'm trying to think though, can I get enough defense? No, I'll just Survivor. Perhaps. I don't think I played that very well there. That was a bit of a confused turn, shall we say. Okay, leg sweep and defend is great. Because he's going to blow up this turn, obviously, for 20. So I'll take one. Oh, sorry, I don't take any, of course, because he's the last guy in the combat. I think Melee's plus, obviously, I don't have a lot of energy. But Time Eater does a lot of multi-hit attacks. So if I can keep Melee's plus in my hand and use it at the right time, it might pay off, I think. Bear with me on that one, folks, because I'm not 100% sure, but... Okay, that wasn't the best draw there. Let's use the regen potion, because we're going to need it. Okay. I would quite like to keep Predator in my hand. Of all the things here to use, Backstab is like the thing that I at least need to keep in my hand, I guess, but... Seems like a bit of a waste. Yeah, let's get rid of Backstab for now, and I'll defend this for this turn. So he's going to use Constrict next turn. He already has Terror on him. I want to get the Envenom on the go, though. And there's Flying Knee for next turn as well. So it just gives me more energy next turn to consider about what I'm going to do. And he's already taking quite a lot of damage. So if I leg sweep, he's going to do what, 26 overall, you could say? And I'm at 20. So with this, I have full block. And I can basically just sit tight. I don't want to use the melees just yet. It's going to be quite weak. Okay, so that's a free Alchemize. Very nice. Just a poison potion, of all things. He's going to do 22 this turn. I won't need this Terror, so I can just get rid of it. Just discard it. Get out of here. Get out of here. So I'm already way above what I need. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should just use the melees. It's going to be awkward to try and get that out of my hand otherwise, so... $15 plus 10, 25. I want to hold on to these defense just in case, you know. And then let's use Bane Plus to get a lot more damage out on him. Take 1 point of damage, but he's getting quite close now. If I Catalyst, if I Bouncing Flask and Catalyst, he'll die. There we go. 79 poison, very nice. Oh, I should have remembered that Constrict happens before. Never mind. Misplays. Let's skip these. Still making them misplays, huh, Sinow? Happens to all of us. Start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerable. It's quite nice with backstab. I'm quite a fan of using it with backstab. And die, I guess. Although this is going to be a bit risky with the spiky boys. I won't need Catalyst for now, surely. Surely. Don't call me Shirley. No block cards here. What am I supposed to do? Bouncing Flask will come back around again. Okay, so you want to get rid of the repulsor because it may not be the most upfront threatening, but having a deck full of absolute garbo is not fun. I don't think I played that turn properly either, but at least I'm safe. So it can't have been that bad, can it? It's kind of a shit. I don't really want to use leg sweep just to use a die, but it's quite a lot of damage to get. And that's probably one of the few times I can use that attack on everything here without getting a crap ton of damage in return, so it probably was worth it. So unfortunately, Predator here would actually take him out in one go. So it would be kind of like having a block of 9 as well as everything else. But I would take 8 damage from killing him anyway, so it's quite unfortunate. If I defend, I'm up to 10 defense. So if I use Predator on him, I'll take 26 and I'll block 10, so for 16. If I use Predator on him now, then I would take... I'd have 10 block, I'd lose it, and I'd go back down to 2 block. And I would take... They would do 17, I'd take 15. What was the first one I get? So 15 if I use Predator on him. If I don't use Predator on him, then... On this guy, I mean, if I use it on this guy, for instance, then... What was it again? I'd get 10 block, and I'd be hit for... 26 minus 10, so 16. So I'd actually take less damage by using Predator to get rid of him. I could also use Malaise here. Malaise. On, like, for instance, the middle spiky boy. And then I would take, let's see, he would lose 3 strength. So he'd do, like, 5 damage, maybe? I'd go down to like 12 overall. Let's try that. Oh, 4. Even better. Okay. Not an ideal turn by any regards, but actually not bad. Overall. I'll use Envenom here, but I do need to be careful. Because obviously somebody's wanting to blow up in my face. Let's just flying knee for next turn. Hopefully we get some block cards or something. Because this is getting kind of hard for me to deal with. Okay, there's Apotheosis. If I Survivor and then Predator him, he dies. That's really good for me. Phew. Okay. So now we have to be very careful of him exploding. Bearing in mind that the last thing that dies here won't do its effect. So we can, if we choose correctly, we can actually kind of rig it so that it's not so bad. Let's use Neutralize to get rid of that damage he's doing anyway. If I use Bane on him, he'd take 20 and have... But the only problem is I can only get 16 defend. I could try and like Bouncing Flask, but it's just risky. Okay. I think I actually would rather get rid of him with poison and then let him be the last one that dies, you know? I think this works out right. So now he'll get Specimen for all that poison. And I'm pretty sure he won't explode. If he does explode, I'm fine anyway. But he doesn't explode. Okay. So that was a good way of dealing with it. It might be nice to put another Flying Knee into this deck because I am very energy hungry. It also might have been nice to get an outmaneuver before, now that I think about it. That was maybe a mistake because I think I was offered one quite recently. But I am very energy light and that's going to be painful if I don't rectify it. Which I don't think I really can, but... Unfortunate random combat here. Didn't really want that. I might be in a bit of trouble for the boss, but we'll see. I do have a poison potion, which is probably the least useful of the potions that I need here. And this fight will likely last long enough for me to use a regen now. So, Cloak and Dagger. We need the block. Backstab for 16 on him. And then die to do a big chunk of damage to everyone. And then I can actually Flying Knee to get rid of him. So I have full block this turn. And it applies the Specimen to him. So that was good. That was actually... This is the power of the Silent. That kind of turn one, chunking them down with the bag of marbles and backstab and stuff, is something that, in particular, the Silent, now with the backstab card, has access to. And I find it works really well. Especially when you're trying to climb, you know? So, if I Predator... Flying Knee, just get rid of it. And then... I can make it lose, what? 2 strength and have 2 weakness? I suppose, rather than go for the block here. I think that would work out kind of equally. I'm not entirely sure though. Again, somebody in the chat, somebody in the comments, pardon me, will correct me, I'm sure. So he's going to do what, 18? We can get that. Double hit. Block. Alive again. This isn't going great, I would say. It's going okay, but maybe not great. Maybe get some dagger spray for poison on the go. And Survivor into this terror. God, so much terror going on in my life. And then I'll bane you. This is more like it. Slow and steady winning the race here. I'm not sure if Bouncing Flask wouldn't give me the ability to end the fight this turn sort of thing. So if I block up here, I have enough block as it is, and I'll just let the Specimen do its thing. Play it safe. There's Apotheosis. Very, very late Apotheosis. That's quite worrying. If that happens in the boss fight, I'm in a lot of trouble. Okay, just get out of here. No, none of these cards. They're not useful for me. You don't really need to heal, which is a good sign. Not having to heal is a nice sign. I absolutely cannot afford to have leg sweep. I need help, basically. I mean, in my real life as well, but... I feel like if I'm waiting, I'm playing around the idea that I'll have to wait until Apotheosis happens here, you know? So both of those are almost dead. Oh god, these terror cards are just driving me insane. Just get rid of them, because I haven't really got block this turn. And this is probably the best turn I have to use melees. So let's just do it. Because he has multi-hit attacks and stuff. So that's a good way of dealing with that. Not ideal. This fight's a little difficult for me at the moment until I get set up with poison. I just have lethal, thankfully, on this orb. Oh my gosh, that was close. I suppose I'll get rid of this defend and I'll use neutralize on him. Keep it up. Acrobatics is nice for me because it kind of allows me to get my hand on the go again when things are looking a bit exhausted. I can just wait here. The nice thing about Specimen is that every time these little things die, they're feeding their poison into the big guy, so I'm very slowly going to get there. So they're going to do 12 plus 9. 21. I have 19 at the moment. Not a perfect defend, but only a little bit of damage. He must die this turn. Must. And if I Catalyst, he's going to take 40 poison. Catalyst is a great card if you have the opportunity to use it. I'm surprised that I'm making this work so well, all things considered. I'm not entirely sure how burn cards work when it comes to the end of a fight, but yeah, there we go. They would have procced, so it was better that I used the poison there. Would I rather have a weakness potion for the boss than a block potion? I think so. Draw one card. If the card is a skill, gain 5 block. For the Time Eater, I don't want that. Do I want another Bouncing Flask for the Time Eater, though? That might be pushing it slightly. I might regret that. It comes automatically upgraded courtesy of the egg. However. Oh, Apotheosis turn 1. Okay, that's really nice for me. Oof, I'm feeling a lot safer now. Naturally, you need to use Apotheosis. This is great. I can use all of these. Or I can use, well... Let's just use Predator and thingy-mabob. Okay. So 12 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. Let's just prepare it here. I need to get to 22 to a full block. I can get to 23. And then I'll I'll die. I'll get rid of this. Even though, actually, that was a block turn. That was a bad idea. That was a misplay. Okay, 18 this turn. Bearing in mind, I'm almost up when it comes to how many cards I'm allowed to play. So let's just use that single card and wait. I need to get poison on the go. That's the one thing I'm lacking here. Okay, 24. Oh, this is really bad for me. I don't have the ability to get the block I need on the go. Tell you what I'll do. I'll bite the bullet here. Let's just alchemize. Oh, another dexterity potion is great for me. And then I'm just going to bite the bullet and use like a big malaise. I'll just have to take the damage, but overall it might be worth it. And now I can play things like Envenom. I'll have enough block from one defense. I need to start working on my poison. But now I can. Again, one defense and I have enough because of the Malaise Plus. I'm very glad that I used that now. Which means I have the luxury of using these bouncing flasks on him. The zero cost terror is like a little beacon. Use me, master. Play me randomly for no reason. Okay, 22 he's going to do this turn. Which I have with 2 cards, which is nice. I can't draw more if I have shivs in my hand, so I'm going to get rid of them. Even though they're very, obviously, like, they're poor value for money, shall we say. I don't have another just use a defense card here turn. So if I prepared... Get rid of these 2. 10. Leg sweep 11. Flying knee 12. I guess it's like a good time to proc. Okay, 24. Let's get rid of this strike. And neutralize. We gotta keep up the weakness. Plus it did 9 damage by itself there. It's actually quite nice. And then Bouncing Flask again. I want as much Bouncing Flask on the go. Because he'll consider healing quite soon, and that's when the Catalyst comes out. Okay, so this is his healing turn. So we stack up the poison as much as possible. And use the Bane here as well. Just want to make sure I'm not making a mistake here. 61 and then Catalyst for the triple means that he's dead. And that's a really nice way to do the time here. And you know what? Get fucked! Throw a weakness potion. Just for the bad manners. Hey! Ascension 8. Nice and easy. We did it. Not a bad run there. A nice little poison deck. Quite well balanced. The Specimen and the Sneckle Skull together. Very nice pickups. Overkill, boss is slain. Yeah, good run. Good run. Runic Pyramid actually was quite good for me on the time meter because I knew that my strategy was apply lots of poison, catalyst. Which means that if what I wanted to do was essentially keep cards in my hand to use them at the right moment. So, Runic Pyramid actually worked out quite nicely there. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching Slay the Spire. If you are watching this, let me know if you would want to see me do daily climb videos. If you don't know what daily climb is, it's basically, pardon me, a new run every day that you can do with some pretty crazy mods for instance, you can... This one's quite normal looking, but one of the daily challenges they had, you started off with 2 cards from the other class. So I did a daily challenge as the Silent, but I had like Whirlwind and Clash or something weird like that from the Ironclad. If you think you'd be into watching me do some daily challenges as well as continuing the Ascension stuff, do let me know. Although if I did daily challenges, you'd probably see me die a lot on like the birds in Zone 2 if there was any. Like sometimes they have it so that there's a modifier of +3 strength to all mobs by default. The birds in Zone 2 are particularly nasty with that. So the daily challenges might involve me just dying a lot very quickly. But anyway, let me know if you would like to see that. And if not, pardon me, thank you very much for watching the Ascension mode so far. And I will see you next time. Take care and goodbye.